segment is sponsored by Our Home Magazine.
The Greenbrier in West Virginia has been considered America's resort since 1778. The iconic interiors were originally designed by Dorothy Draper in 1946 and have been cultivated by Carleton Varney since the mid-1960s. Our Home Magazine managing editor Susan Morgan recently visited the resort in the Allegheny Mountains to talk design tips with Carleton Varney himself. Susan joins us now. It is great to see you, Susan.
Great to see you too, Jessica.
You had this fabulous trip out to the Greenbrier, and that is included in this current issue of Our Home Magazine. This was a really great opportunity.
It was. I received an invitation to the Dorothy Draper decorating weekend that they hold pretty much every spring at the Greenbrier. And with COVID, of course, there were less people that were able to attend, so I was one of the fortunate ones. And Carleton Varney is there himself teaching the class. He's a great speaker, very colorful in his descriptions, and tells great anecdotes about all the wonderful things and people that he's seen during his career, but manages to sprinkle in design tips in between.
What's incredible, Carleton is in his 80s, Susan, and he worked right alongside Dorothy Draper. So he trained with the maestro in terms of this color and this planning, and really continues that trend today, and is still lending his talents to the Greenbrier.
Oh yeah, he has a staff at the Greenbrier, a whole staff in terms of upholsterers, carpenters, paper hangers, you name it. They're constantly working. He has a liaison to the Dorothy Draper and Company office, who oversees all of the ongoing projects that they're doing there, and he's also constantly updating things. So he's added things like. At one point, he added 2 of the big giant crystal chandeliers that were in Gone with the Wind. And they're there now. He bought them from Debbie Reynolds. And he also has added more color and different colors than in some places, repainting some rooms. So
even in that kind of inclusion, with having the chandeliers from Gone with the Wind, right, Hollywood memorabilia now preserved or showcased really in the Greenbrier, there's so many layers. The article, which I savored, I read page through page of that, was really great, of talking through, you know, Carleton's history and his experience and how he keeps everything relevant. What was it like for you going to the Greenbrier, Susan, and seeing this in person?
It was really fun. I had known of Carleton Varney, you know, I've known about him for a long time, but I never really realized the whole thing behind the Greenbrier and how that was connected. I knew him differently. And the Greenbrier, it's a fun place. I mean, it makes you smile when you walk in. It's the color, you just feel kind of transported into a little magical world. And it was very interesting to hear all of, you know, the thoughts behind it from him and how his approach is to design. And, you know, basically he likes to do everything as individuals. So if you went to go see him, your house would not look, you know, like your friend's house if she also went to go see him. And that, you know, I know that's the philosophy of many designers today, but it was very refreshing to hear that he applies his big color theory differently for everyone. It was an eye-opening experience and a lot of fun.
Really cool to see the expert in action in person and savor the Greenbrier. And of course, then you continue in the issue and go right to a home here in Richmond that is then designed by that, or inspired in that same style. So great issue right now. We're out of time already, Susan. I could talk with you all day. I mean, it goes by so fast when you're talking with friends.
Oh, well, thank you. You could talk all day. We could. And especially about the Greenbrier, since Carleton's been doing that for 60 years.
Absolutely. It's quite the history and quite the relevancy right now. Susan, thank you so much. We're going to share a little bit more about this current issue. You can find the latest issue of Our Home Magazine on newsstands today. You can subscribe at richmondmagazine.com/home. Of course, you'll find them on Facebook at Our Home Magazine and on Instagram at Our Home Mag. It is fantastic. And Susan, I'm going to whisper this to you. I just want to let you know that it's inspired us, and I think now we need to do a Great Escapes and go visit the Greenbrier so I can see it in person too. Haven't been yet. There's still more Virginia This Morning coming up to enjoy. Stay with us.